War. War never changes. So this is the Park Street entrance to the underground in the Bawston Commons area in Fallout 4. I'm going to go ahead and take you on a tour of it. The Park Street entrance is iconic in Boston because it is the mess. It is just a cramped, weird station, and I was really looking forward to it. I'm really glad that they put it in. I don't know how I can hear that guy. But basically, when you come in this door, this is actually reasonably accurate. It's all shrunk down. This is actually a 3-story set of escalators, and there are also some stairs. And the end is 4 doors, not 1 door. And then there is a tiny little nook about this size, just barely big enough to stand in, where you can buy your tickets from machines, and then you walk through the gates. In this world, for some reason, that entrance has been turned into this huge mall area with like bathrooms and stuff. I don't know where they're taking it from, but there's nothing like this in the real Park Street station. In the real Park Street station, as soon as you walk through those entrances, which would maybe be about here, you are dumped onto the Green Line. And the Green Line is a massive cavern, huge, with 8 rails in groups of 2. And you have to try and figure out where the hell on the Green Line you're trying to go, and if you're going in or going out, and you have to try and just desperately find your way to the correct rail. To help you, quote-unquote help you, there are staircases down everywhere, because this is the topmost floor of the station, and if you want to switch from this group of 2 rails over to that group of 2 rails, you've got to go take a staircase about 100 meters that way, down, then across, then back up. It is a mess. And what makes it even more of a mess is that underneath that massive 8-rail cavern is the Red Line. And the Red Line is much more tame. It's much smaller in comparison. But the staircases for the Red Line are literally right here. So in order to get onto the Red Line, you have to walk up. And if you're not careful, you'll actually fall off the rails and just fall to the bottom of the staircase. You actually have to walk around it like this to go down. It is the worst designed station in Boston, and I have no idea why it's not here, because you know it would have been amazing to walk into this place and be faced with an 8-rail wide cavern, just full of triggermen and derailed trains and staircases down. Can you imagine how awesome that would have been? I can only imagine that the people who made this game never actually went to Boston and never actually looked at Park Street Station, because the real Park Street Station is incredible. It's the perfect place for this kind of encounter. Now, South Station might also be in this game. I don't know yet, but that's also an iconic landmark. I don't think they'll get it right, but yeah. So this is sort of like the stairs down would be. The funny thing is these halls are kind of correct. I don't know why they're baby blue. They should be either green or red, depending on the railway you're going to. But the real hallways are about 4 times this wide. Well, no, actually these hallways are about half as wide as the real ones. Either way, when you go down the stairs, you'd be dumped onto the Red Line. And the Red Line would be about this size. This is about correct for the Red Line on Park Street Station. It's even got the rough correct setup where you've got a middle island and then the Red Line and then the Red Line going in the opposite directions, obviously. Now the whole thing has been scaled down. The actual Red Line entrance, is as long as a subway car, so it's about twice this long, and also each of these platforms is roughly twice as wide. But at least it's the same basic format, and this is where you would catch the Red Line, which is why it's quite perplexing that they have decided to label it as the Baby Blue Line. Red is a pretty distinctive color. I'm not sure why they would have decided to go with baby blue instead. There are no locker rooms, but there is a... this is actually really well laid out. So apparently these guys love the Red Line, because this is actually where that door is. It doesn't lead into a bed chamber. It's just a closet for cleaning goods. But that is the right spot for it. Why did they choose to leave out the green line? Did it just confuse things? Now, the red line is an interesting thing to do here in Park Street because these halls don't simply stop. What happens is they wrap around and they continue on to Downtown Crossing, which is about 2 blocks away, or 1 big block away. And you can actually walk underground all the way to Downtown Crossing, where the red line and the orange line connect. I don't mean to sound like a subway nerd here. This is not because I've been researching subways. These are the subway systems that we Bostonians use. We use these every day. I go through this station twice a day at minimum. And I usually get off at either Park Street or Downtown Crossing at least twice a week, and get on at least twice a week. So it's pretty perplexing to me that they didn't include the green line, because the green line is the most epic if you want to have a mobster gunfight. Anyway, the other perplexing thing about this setup is the cars. Now, this subway station, I haven't seen any, but there was another subway system with robots in it that you might have seen a little bit of, and it had cars in it. And the cars in that subway system were round. We don't have any round cars. All of our cars are square. And here the cars have all apparently been weeded out and replaced with actual cars. So, whatever. That makes no sense. Why would those pipes be there? Are they looking to get the pipes destroyed by a train? Oh, I get it. They've scaled everything down, but they left the pipes the same size. You see, these are actually about 5.5 feet high, and they have this inset like this. It's about 2 feet deep, and there are pipes in that inset, so presumably that's what these are supposed to be. It's all scaled down. Couldn't have anything too big or too epic. That would be challenging and distracting. You wouldn't want that.